Hello guys, welcome to the fourth project of the project series. And today our motive is to make a voting app for the user, where user have two options and user can select and vote to the person. So without wasting time, let's jump into the project. Firstly, at the initial step, we have imported a library Flutter material dart, which contains all the material packages or widgets inside the Flutter. And the package we have installed is Google Fonts for the font, giving the font to a text, and the second is percent indicator to show the percent which option is winning. So let's get started. So firstly, we have imported the material.dart package, and let's call the our main function, which is because in Flutter, the initial function which will be run is the main function. For for calling the main function, we can type void main. Inside main, we are calling the run function, in which we have to give the first screen to which our app will be navigated. So we are calling that screen as a dashboard, and inside which we have given the dashboard. For creating the first screen, let's create it inside a stateless widget. Stateless widget is a widget which is used for the screens which are which cannot change its state, and we have to build it again. Let's call stateless widget and give it a name as dashboard. And at which we also have the type one run app. So we have created a main function and we have called run app function, inside which we have given our first screen, which will be a stateless widget and whose name is dashboard. So inside dashboard, we have called the build function, which is like returning the container. So we can change container to the material app, and inside material app we can give properties like home. Home is the first screen after navigating to dashboard, which will be which we will create, and after we can also check uh, debug banner, which will be false. And now we have to make another screen which is stateful widget, because we have to show voting app, and in which we can show the state changing. And here I am using multiple snippets, which you can download from the marketplace, which is like Flutter awesome snippet. So you can give the name according to the. So we also have created a second screen, and we can pass it over here inside home, and let's try to build an app. Here it is calling, you can give a constant here, and now we can run our app, build our app for the first time. So app is building. Till then we can design our home screen. So for this, first let's initialize some variables like uh, for counting the vote, we have like two variables which will be of type int and whose name is like option. We can give like option one count, which will be initially 0, and similar to this we can give another which is like option 2 count, which will also be 0. And I think our app is built. So this is our app. We have like created a blank screen. That's why it is coming like black, empty. So we have initialized a two variable, and now we can also make a function for which, like, if the user click on this function or like click on the button, then this function will be executed for increasing the count. For increasing the count, uh, I'm making a void function whose name is vote for option 1. This, and inside which I can use like the set state for increasing the option count 1, which will be plus 1. So whenever this function will be executed, uh, the count of the option count 1 will be increased by 1. For example, if here it is 0 and we call this function, the option count increases by 1, and again we call this function, the option count increases by 1, which will be equals to 2. And similarly, we can make another function like this, which will be vote for option 2, and here we have to like increase the option 2 count. So we have like made our variables and the function which will be using which in our app. Now let's design the screen. For designing the screen, firstly replace this with a scaffold. And scaffold we can give like some properties like app bar. Inside app bar, let's call the widget app bar, and inside which we can give center title as true, because we have to align the title in a center, which will be a text, which will be calling like voting app. And after this, let's give it a style. For style, I'm using the font Google Fonts, and Google Fonts Poppins, and Poppins. Let's give some color to it. Color will be white, and we can also give a font weight to it, which will be W500, this one. So let's format it and see the changes. Like, it is now giving an error. We have to like continue more. So like we can reduce it, and the next thing I want to give inside this will be like the background color, which will be a black color, because we are making this for a dark theme. And elevation 2 will be 0. So this is our app bar, and the next thing we have to make or give the background color for our app. So background color will also be a black. So now we can like run again, check that is not gone. I think we have to rebuild the app for this. Let's rebuild the app again. I can also give constant here. So till then app is building. Let's continue. For app, we have made the app bar. After let's app bar and background color. Let's move to the body. Inside body, firstly, like we can make a container, and of container we can inside container we can give some width like 400 and height of 400. And another property of container we can call as decoration for making it more curvy. So decoration we have the widget called box decoration, which allow user to curve the border radius, and the border radius we want of circular of 40. And we can also give a color to it. A color will be like white 30. So this is our border radius. And so like now app is built, and our voting app, the app bar we have made has like come here. So now we have also decorated made a container, and let's give it a padding. Or give it giving it a padding. Let's call the weapon a padding and replace all with symmetric. And we also want only horizontal padding. We only want a horizontal padding. So for horizontal padding, uh, since our symmetric I can give horizontal padding of 10. So now our container is like aligned, and the another thing we want to do is like to make this container inside a column. And inside a column we can also give a side box for padding like height of 5 to give our padding. And you can also make it aligned with a main axis alignment at start. So I've made a container. You can use constant here. So we have made a container, and after this container, let's run it and check it. So this is our container. This is a container which will be like creating all the things, containing all the things. And after this, we have to design the items under this. For designing the item under this, I'll call a property called child. And inside child, uh, I'll make a container of width in and here I'm using a media query because I have to make it responsive for every screen size. We can have a context dot size of width -50, and the height will be normal of 145. So, and we can also give the decoration, copy it from here and give it here. Inside decoration, we can like give it a 30 here, and color will be giving a 30 here, and inside which this container I also want to like give it a child and give here a image. So we'll like giving an image from the network, and for the image I have copied one image, so we can provide a link here, and we can call a property which will be like fit for the container, or fit we are using the box fit. uh, for fit we are using box fit cover, so the image will be covered fully inside the container. And for giving a curve to image, we always use clip r react. So let's call that widget, wrap in a widget which will be clip r react, and here inside which we can give the border radius of circular, which will be of 30. So let's run our app. So this is our like image. So we have integrated the image. So the next thing, now we are like going to make uh, is to add the options here. For adding the option, let's make this container inside a column, and inside the column we can call a size box for separating it from the different thing, and give it a height 10. So you can also get constant here, after which uh, let's add some text. For adding a text, let's copy the above one, this one. So firstly let's add a text, and for text I can give it a hi guys, an explanation mark, and let's change the style with let's give it a font size, comma, font size of 24, and this is sufficient. And let's add this one into a column, and can copy this text again, and we can like give it here welcome to poll, welcome to poll. For aligning this, we can give it inside a row, and inside row we have main axis alignment, main axis alignment at the start, and we can also give a size box here with a width, or only providing left spacing width, and we want width of 18. So let's build this and see the results. So here it is like, hi guys, welcome to the poll. And for aligning this, we can give the cross-axis alignment as start. Now the text is aligned. So this is done, and uh, we can also give here this container or column a padding, cos 15. So it can be like separatable from above. So like we have made till here, and now let's add the poll section. For adding the poll section, uh, this is our text and row. After row, let's give a size box of height 10, and here I'm calling the package which I have imported, which is like linear progress indicator for showing the results, and inside which firstly let's call a width, and which will be like similar to this container. So like we can copy it from here. Let's give it a width, and so the name parameter, we don't have a height here, and this is not a progress, this is percent. It's why it is giving error in your percent indicator. Let's call it once again. This one, linear percent indicator. Now we can give the width, and inside width, let's give it a animation as true because we also want an animation. And now we can give it a line height of 60 and animation duration of 1 second. This will be like into a millisecond. That's why over 1 second I have given as a thousand, and for percent, and this percent indicator will be for option one. So here I am calling option one, and which I want to be like divided of 10. So the logic is like whoever option gets 10 first will like win the poll, and we can also give a center here. Like we can add a text. So for adding a text, let's copy this text again. So here I can give it a center. Inside center, I can give it a black here for making visible inside the white box, and 16, and change it to the person name. Let's give it a Akshat, and the next property we can include is the bar radius for making it a curve of circular radius or 20. Can add a constant here. So error will be gone, and the progress indicator color, which be the green accent, and background color, which will be white 30. So this is our first one, and similarly we have two options, so we have to create similar this again. So I have copy and pasted here and change it to, I'll change this to the rat, and I can also change its color to white, and can also change its color, like give it an indigo for difference, and change person to option 2. So I've created like the two things, and now uh, the things, let's build an app first. So our progress indicator has came here, like the person like shows the progress indicating. Now let's create a two button for voting. So for voting, firstly let's here we have column, come out of this container, and here we can give a size box for difference, which will be of height 5, and inside which I can give, or I can make a two button. For button, let's call a container widget, uh, and inside container we can call a width function, which will be of 190, and height function, which will be of 80. And let's also give it a child, which will be a text. So for text, we can again copy this Akshat one and paste it here, because this button will be of Akshat's name, and we also want to indicate the points inside this. So can again copy this, paste it here, and here will be all the points. For adding the points, we can like just call or option one variable, and this point will be shown in the UI, and let's change this color to like white, and this one to green. 24. So this is done, and we can align this to the center, cross-axis alignment, which is at the center, and main axis alignment, which also will be at the center, and that's it. So uh, we have like used the container, and we have to make this container as a button. So for making it a button, let's call the widget inkable, and the function we want to perform on tap of this is the function we made above, is the vote for option A. So this is done, our button for first one for voting first option is created, and let's put it into a row and copy this again, the whole link will, and can paste it here for making the option 2 button. So here we can give the option to count. Here we can like Virat, change the color to indigo, and call the function 2. We can replace it to the size box. So we have created this, and we also add it into a row, and inside the row we can give the main axis alignment as the space between them, and we can add the row into a padding. So for padding we are have a edge insert at all, and you can give it here as 10. So let's build our app again. So this is our 2 button. So thing we forgot is to like give it a background color. So we should change it to the container again for giving the background color, and here we can give it a color, and the color for and the color for this Akshat will be, or we just we also wanted a like curve, so we can change it to the direction, and we can call the box direction, and here we can give it a color. For Akshat we have indigo, and give it a border radius of 30, circular, and of 30. So this is our decoration. We can copy it here too and change this size box into container, and let's build it again. Let's see the changes. So the changes is like this, and for this one we can make it as a indigo, but we can change the color of Virat points into green accent. Okay, so yes. Let's build the app again. So the app is built now. Uh, let's test it. So firstly, let's click on the Akshat. Then our Akshat is percent indicator will be shown, and let's click on the Virat. Again, click on a Virat. Again, click on a Virat. Akshat, Akshat, Akshat. So this is our app in which like we can create on the option which acts as a button, and the progress is shown like a progress indicator, and this is our app, and thank you for watching, and let's meet in the another project. Thank you.